Alright, we're back with Emry, Lurker of Loch. Kind of a unique deck, because it plays a lot of cards you would never play in any other deck, really, which is kind of cool. I've always liked the blue artifact style decks. They usually tend to be combo centric, and I think this is no different than that. You win with I've never truly gone off. I've only played a couple games, but I never like actually had to physically do it or digitally do it. Aetherflux Reservoir with Paradox Engine and like Mystic Forge, so you can kind of keep casting things off the top of your deck. This was a colorless, and might still be, a colorless combo deck in just regular Historic, where you have like Karn to get your pieces even faster. It's way more consistent than this. You just Aetherflux Reservoir and then Mystic Forge Paradox Engine. Pretty much play your whole deck off the top, kind of. You can hit non-artifacts, or this has colorless, right? It's not just artifacts. Yeah, you can hit blue things on the top of your deck and no longer be able to do that. But you always have Emry to constantly get untapped with the engine and recur things like this, Spellbomb, Chromatic Sphere, stuff like that. I have ways to mill myself too with the wall. There's a couple other self-mill cards. There are problems, like sometimes I mill over 4 cards when I first cast Emry and I didn't hit anything good, like, or even any artifacts at all, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, that's not good. Or you have Paradox Engine in play, but you're not actually untapping any mana sources, so it's not really doing anything unless you're looping a 0 mana spell with Emry in some fashion. Stars kind of have to line up for that, but it's not impossible. So with that in mind, I wouldn't mind dropping some of these other cards. Like, I like Tezzeret. He almost always draws 2 with a 0, and if you ever get to Ultimate, you kind of win. You just kind of start pulling out your combo pieces, and while your opponent can blow them up, Emry keeps getting them back, which is pretty cool combo there. But I think I do actually want more Mana Rocks. It feels like I do from the couple games I've played. So I'm probably going to drop Tezzeret. Karn's Temporal Sundering is decent. That might drop 2. The extra turns when I cast them, I didn't win, which is not usually what I think happens when you take extra turns. But in this deck, it's strange. I want to land too. So I'm going to add a Mana Rock. I don't know which one. Probably one of the 3-minute ones, because I got all the 2-minute ones. Maybe the one that copies itself slowly? Yeah, why not? Whatever. Just a Mana Rock. Just another way to have something untapped that's mana that Emry would like to keep seeing. The Paradox Engine, excuse me. And it's another artifact for Emry to mill. But yeah, if you like the content, like and subscribe. I stream on Twitch at 6 Eastern, typically, around 6 Eastern, which I'm doing right now. And let's win Magic games. I feel like this is the deck that will not have a positive win rate, because the past couple ones have actually, I mean, the last one I went like, what, 10-1 or 9-1 or something? Doesn't feel like this is that kind of deck. But we'll see. Well, we do have a Mana Rock that untaps itself. We're against a deck that doesn't really kill our stuff, and I don't care to counter many things. There's a couple things that they can play that might be a problem. We also have an early artifact, which means Emry comes out super fast. I have never been on the play with this deck, and my opponent just played the best turn 1 thing possible. Actually, Llanowar Elves is so good. I think Llanowar Elves catapults your win rate. Fortunately, they did not use it, so that's pretty good. This doesn't have haste, so I guess I have to lead with this. Kind of wanted a second Mana Rock, but another cool thing about Emry is it always costs 1 mana, or 2. Someone killed it 3 times, and I was still able to just easily cast it over and over. Okay, my opponent has no white mana, which is hilarious. I think I'm going to just tap Emry for the Mind Stone, accept the fact that we're going to get hit by this. I feel like I have to do things. Maybe this is better. Maybe I can get away with this for a turn. No, that's silly. Mine's not. This is we gotta stick to it because we can still cast this. That is leagues better than just casting this. Okay, opponent wants to draw a card. That makes sense. Really looking for a white source. Probably quite likely they find one. They did not. We're getting absurdly lucky. I think they kept this on the sole basis of Llanowar Elves and just never found white mana. But to the extent of our opponent's knowledge, what were we going to do this turn? 3, 4, we had 5 mana. Didn't draw a land. Probably was going to Teferi. Unfortunately, I can't see what I was going to draw. Emry milled 2 lands and a Tail's End. Couldn't recur anything. I could have played this. The funny thing about this card is I have a couple Artificers in my deck. I think there's 2 Artificers. In Sai, Master Thopterus is probably your best creature. So he has a pretty decent chance of getting it. The creature types pan out that way, where it'll always get you the majority creature type, and Artificer is the majority. No, it's tied for the majority. Faceless Wanderer is such a cool card. It's a unique card, I should say. There's not many creatures, right? Yeah, it's tied. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 8 targets for it to get, usually, unless you draw like one of each of these and then you draw a bunch. But I think human is shared with both Artificers, so like I don't know if it double dips where you have a chance of getting a human or an Artificer because they're both a majority, because Sai is both. He's not a Golem or a Thopter. I could drop one of the Golems, and well, we drew one of the Thopters that game, so it wasn't on the table. It was almost guaranteed that I drew Sai in that instance. Right? Oh, it could have been a Goblin, though, because there's 2 Goblins. Yeah, I don't know. That's a cool card to keep in mind. If you want a very creature-light deck, and you always want him to hit, like, a creature of your choice, it's a pretty cool card. I like it, at least. And we won. We're 1-0. We did also win. That is to be noted. Alright, we got a really, really good hand, but yet again, I've never been on the play with this deck. We are against something that has no problem killing Emry 16 times, while also also beating me to death. I can't turn 1 Emry, so I don't need to play Mox. I've also never cast this card, so this will be pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to send our opponent a message here. Make him exile no card. Alright, that's a really good turn of events. Do they have a shock or something? Yeah, they do. They have something they can cast right now, and it's so painfully obvious it's just going to kill Emry. But there's not much I can do about this. Yeah. Emry almost cost 1 again when Emry dies. Alright, I actually hit cool things. I'll play the wand. Right? Yeah. I have to use the Mox Amber right now, or our opponent just kills Emry, and I don't get that mana. Oh, it was shock. What a surprise. What a surprise. Yep, you go back in there. Can almost recast it. I can play this as a 1/1. Protection from multicolored isn't great, but it can keep chump blocking this. Is that worth it, though? Or do I make it a 2/2? I think it's more likely to consistently die. So maybe, well, not necessarily. They could just kill it with this on 1. This won't live, so I can't just 0 with this in play to cast Emry after. I'm just 1 mana shy. Let's see what's on top here. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, we're just going to pass. This might actually just be a decent thing to play and use to block for a while. Let's get that shock out of their graveyard for no reason. It also doesn't take much for Tajik to kill you. Like, they already have everything they kind of need to just kill me. Alright, I'm kind of glad they put it here, because this is something you'd want to sacrifice at some... Ooh! No, we can't use that right now, though. Alright, so we can lead with this. It's not a legendary, actually, so we actually... This is a weird turn. This isn't on until this is in play, and I can't use it to cast this. So this man is, like, stuck. I could play this for 2 and then have 2 mana left. Ew. No, I want this at least a 3. But I can't afford to do that because Emry has to be in play. We're just going to do this. Make this a 2-2, I guess. Not feeling good about it. But it does block Tajik. I would like it to be a 3-3, though. There's just so many things that kill it on 2 that... I suppose it still dies to all the 3 damage spells, but I don't want it to die to a 2 damage spell. Like Stomp is one of them. There's a couple others. That... Yep, that does it. I lose the Stonecoil Serpent. That does it. And when it comes back, it's a 0-0, so it's gone forever. Alright, so I guess it being a 3-3 or whatever didn't matter. We have, like, 1 turn. We're kind of close. Not really. Yeah, we're gonna die to boring old aggro here. I don't think I can beat this. What can I get on my graveyard that's any good? I can play this and then do literally nothing and probably die. I can do this for a 2 mana artifact, which is probably never good enough. I can pick up this and then block with it. Is that good? I mean, I can keep doing that. I guess we lead with a mill. We mill ourselves first here. Oh, nope, didn't get anything. I wish this didn't cost mana to draw, but it does. Yeah, I think we just lead with this and hope it can successfully block. I guess. I don't know. I can tutor... I can Word of Invention for 0. Oh, no, triple blue. I don't have triple blue anymore. That doesn't kill me, does it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, that kills me. That's lame. I guess I should have cracked this. I don't know. Maybe I would have found something? I don't really know what I could have found, though. Well, aggro's aggro. Some people like playing it. It is nice that your commander stays cheap, though. It's hard for people to answer, like, as many artifacts as you vomit into play. Oh, we're on the play. Ooh. So it is nice that Emry's always a cheap spell. And is not... I don't know how important it is, but the milling things into recasting them is pretty good. I think I'm going to do this. Land, cast Vertebrae, mill myself, and then Emry, mill myself again. Self-mill is so strange. Oh no, my rivers are being... No! Alright, like I said, no artifacts. This is happening more than I want it to. Should probably look into that. I do have a spell bomb, though. I can actually cycle this over and over. So it's not the end of the world. This can find Whir of Invention, which then can find a win condition. So we draw a card, just looking for lands above anything. Hey, nice. Then we can do this again. Oh, wait. I just want to mill first. Maybe I get like Mox Amber. Nope. Get this. Recast it. So what does this do? Attacks with power doesn't draw a card. End of turn. Gains trample in isn't until end of turn becomes a 5/3. Okay. I didn't even read what we're up against. We're up against Yorvo, Lord of Garenbrig. Okay, sure. Alright. We already got Emry value, and Emry still cost 1 mana? No, it costs 2. Okay. Well, it costs 1 after I play a single artifact. Suppose I'll do this one. I will scry. No, we don't have to mill that if we don't. Yeah, let's just not mill that. Yeah, it's never effective to try to kill Emry over and over. I am not hitting land drops, though. I'm milling them. Maybe because Emry keeps dying, should have a way to recur artifacts without Emry in play, like a spell of some kind. I don't know. Alright, they do it again. Okay. Awful lot of prey upon effects here. I guess I should be fortunate, because that means they're not doing anything else. Man, I'm not hitting lands, though. Whatever. I guess I'm going to recast it, right? Could try to... No. Palladium Mirror. Land, please? Nope. God. There's 35? 34 lands in here, I think. Well, to be fair, this is a little bit of an aggressive strategy, so I'm probably not going to win anyways. I feel like I need too much time. I don't have enough counter spells, and I'm just sitting here trying to get Emry to work. I don't know. This seems tough. It was just funny, because initially I felt like I always had a bad matchup against Emry, and now it feels like it's just ridiculously slow. Okay. I mean, I can just Okay. Strange. They took, like, pressure off the board to stop a card that wasn't doing anything, and can also just be recast. Kind of weird. Is that even what I'm going to do, though? I probably have to. I mean, it is a bounce spell, right? Unfortunately, we're not anywhere near trying to recur Meteor Golem. So I can play it, bounce it, take 6. No, I think I'm just dead. I think I'm always dead here. Yeah, we're just gonna move on. This doesn't seem good at all. I feel like I had a lot of time there and I didn't do anything with it. You should never be like upset what you mill over, because it's just random. It doesn't matter. But when you're looking for a card type specifically to mill over and you don't hit it, that doesn't feel good. I wouldn't consider that one of those games, though, because we had the Aether Spellbomb. I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like we're gonna... It doesn't feel like it's gonna fare well. Maybe there's a list I should look at that's running stuff that I'm not. I did check out a couple Emry lists, and I found some like interesting cards that I wouldn't have otherwise thought of. But it doesn't seem like it's enough. We're against Golos. Okay, we can counter Golos, and for that sole reason, I think I'm going to keep the hand. And we have a way to continuously mill. So, oh sweet, we also found a way to cheaply get Emry in play, if that for some reason matters. I don't think it does. Oh, we already had it. We already had a 0-mana artifact. Alright, they foretell. They have Mardu and Black in play. Gonna run out the Mox. Gonna play this for 1. Gonna mill myself. Gonna play this. Gonna play this. Gonna pass. Leave up Counterspell. Though I think I'm not going to Counterspell any... Oh! Golden Egg! Ho ho! Alright, okay. I can dig it. Hey, we won. Okay. Why did we win? I don't think... Oh, our opponent missed a land drop. Gotcha. Missed a land drop, felt bad, scooped. Alright, so we didn't necessarily win the game, but... I'll take it. I mean, our opponent... I don't know. I feel as though an advantage of playing this commander is people are more threatened than they should be, myself included. Because what was I doing? I was playing a land. I have 4 mana. I'm reoccurring Midnight Clock. I have 2 mana left. And I suppose I just leave up Counterspell again? Yeah. Probably. Opponent had more time than they realized. Especially when they're not... Like, if you're not killing Emry, I'm actually not milling more cards over. So... The Vertebrae was pretty good there. I don't know. I feel like I should scoop right now because I'm never going to beat this. And I'm just wasting my time. No early artifacts, so I don't think I like this. Okay, this is a little bit better here. Can do stuff earlier. But yeah, I don't think I'm beating this. I don't think I'm ever beating this, actually. They have like 16 burn spells. So this is probably the worst matchup of all time. I was on the play, though, and I have mana. But I don't think it matters. Hey, they can sacrifice this and give my Emry haste if they felt generous. I can play this to start gaining life. How many artifacts you need for that to happen? 3? Okay, so I can't do it right now. What did I mill over? Aetherflux Reservoir can gain me a substantial amount of life. I think I keep this, right? Is that the only artifact? No, the Mind Stone does it too. Now we're just going to keep this on top. For 2 mana, I can keep cycling that with Emry. Okie dokie. This is completely expected, and I think advantageous for us because we want more stuff in graveyard, and they didn't play a threat. Land in something they can't cast next turn. Nice. All right, so play this, Emry, and pass. I can do this if I... Wait, do you have to tap this? No, okay. So I can do this and then tap it. Or just pay 1 minute to sack it whenever I want. I'll probably do it right now. On my opponent's end step, rather. Bloodhound. Okay, it makes their other creature effectively unblockable, but I can still block it if I choose. I don't know. Am I going to block that? Let's see. What else am I doing with... No, I think getting Aetherflux Reservoir is a good idea right now. Because it, yeah, it just starts gaining me life eventually. Probably a bit away from that, though. Ways away from really exploiting that. It is my whole turn. What else am I doing, though? Getting Wand in play is nice, too. I think I should lead with this, though. It feels like it's my best bet. They also can't kill it, right? It's just sitting there. Pay 50 life. Alright, well, we're not going to do that anytime soon. I can sacrifice this, too, so we're not in a bad spot. We're taking, like 5 or something. Taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, they're taking 8, sure. Alright, well, we're drawing lands now, which... It's funny, we have negate against, like, this. Ornithopter's a blocker. I can start trying to find something. Maybe this is just slightly better right now. Draw a card, and then I can just re-get that. Ooh. 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 Ooh, those are really good. Now I can get... I'll get Ornithopter. Gain some life, too. If that winds up mattering. Wow, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. We like this. Pass. Gain a life again. Manifold Key does not untap any artifact worth untapping. This enters tapped, unfortunately. I think I just get Scrabbling Claw. No, we get Wand here, I think. Because it just sits there and effectively, potentially draws us cards over and over. And it gives the key something to do. This costs 4 to... No, we're going to do this. Mill. How much does this cost? 1? Okay. Hey, we got Mox. Play that. Pass, right? Yeah, I don't think I'm doing anything. And then I can crack this Witching Well for 2 cards. I feel like this is as good as it's going to get for us, and doesn't seem like it's good enough. Something gets haste from hand. Okay. Runaway Steamkin. Right. Crack this, draw some cards. Oh, okay. Pretty much have to block this, or I'm like Omega dead. Alright, I can get... let's do this first. See, this is a spot where I feel like you always should win, and I'm not even close to doing anything at all. I feel like this is just so bad. Like, I can crack this and go get something, but I can't cast it. I don't have any mana. I have 2 mana after I crack the Inventor's Fair? What is that going to do for me? I don't know. I guess I'll try. I can get Spell Bomb, but I can't keep doing Spell Bomb though. Yeah, I'm literally dead. I can't do anything. So if I get Spell Bomb and cast it, I can bounce their commander pre-combat, or post-combat, or what? Yeah, pre-combat, excuse me. And then I can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still dead. I'm still dead. Can't leave up negate. No, yeah, it's just like that's a spot where you should win the game, and I'm not even close. I'm not even close. I feel like this deck just isn't. You don't have what it takes to like win. That was as good as I could really ask for too. I took an extra turn. I can make the deck, I can drop some of the more expensive cards and bring in more mana rocks and get wicked aggressive with the mana rock strategy. Apparently taking extra turns doesn't do anything for you, so I'm just going to drop that entirely. 8 mana Ujin would have saved me. Don't know if I had 8 mana in play though. Stonecoil Serpent. I guess you can keep recasting this for 0 with like... Yeah, it's not terrible. With the Paradox Engine and keep untapping your mana rocks or whatever. I haven't cast this card yet, but I'm convinced it's pretty solid. 2 mana draw 3 is almost always what it is. Treasure Chest seems ambitious. I wanted to cast it to see what it felt like, but I never got to. Same with this. 3 mana counterspells seem a little bit difficult to pull off. I guess not this one, but... And we can add more mana rocks. I don't know. I feel like that is exactly what this deck needs right now, so... I feel like that's the only thing this deck is begging for. I can make my... Yeah, that one seems fine. Make my colorless lands tap for blue. This can... No, it's not really mana rock. I can untap it with the key, though. That's a lot of mana, though. It's like 7 mana. Yeah, no, that's not doing anything. Good luck ever getting Palladium Mirror to live. I don't feel like that's ever possible. No, that that's colorless. Scry 1, I guess. I can crack this over and over? You know, it's just another one of those effects. Yeah, let's just do that. I don't know, that seems fine. It really seems like that's the most important thing. Because I get to a turn like that, and I only have 7 mana. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I guess I lose. Forsaken Monument does not make your blue spells cost less. In fact, Forsaken Monument doesn't even make your mana rocks tap for 2, because they have to tap for colorless. So it doesn't make a lot of cards in your deck tap for more. It doesn't even make this tap for more. Maybe it's not good at all in this deck. I wouldn't even argue. I don't think the life gain is even that good, so. Okay, we're against green-white enchantments. We are going to play probably. This only makes 1 tap for artifact. Okay, you can make these both cost less, but this makes Emry. You know what? I'm going to lead with this. It's one of my few ramp spells. Excuse me, one of my few ramp spells, so. Is this a cycle? No. They have a 1 mana spell here, and it wasn't like a cycle land, so I don't actually know what it could be. Oh, okay. Sure. I think that is totally fine. Land. We cannot cast Emry and something else. And I have no way to put an artifact in the graveyard. I think it makes sense to lead with this. So I can play this and then Emry cost. No, I think I'm going to just play this. Because if we hit something that costs 0, we could actually cast Emry. I cannot rebuke. What is this? Okay. The slow lands? I don't even know how to describe that. So land, and then we can cast this, and then we can cast Emry for 1 mana. I still can't cast Metallic Rebuke, but that's fine. I'm essentially 1 mana off. Is Emry an artifact creature? She's not. Okay, so no, I can't. Yeah, I think it's Veil of Summer, or Edge of Autumn, whatever the card is. Veil of Summer, I think. We got the Wand again. This card will not leave me alone, which I guess I should be thankful. Okie dokie. This is them not casting their commander, so this is great. They did not have a land. Okay. So this, that, Emry costs 2. Mill. We can rebuke now. Did we get anything spicy? Not really. I don't know how good this is against their deck. But I will run out the wand. I actually think I'm going to counter this. I think that makes sense. Wait, whoa, what? What's going on? Why is this red? Hold on, let's back up. What's going on here? This is like... Maybe I've never noticed this. Is that just the commander color or something? Why is this red? I'm pretty sure they have Veil of Summer in hand. I think it's painfully obvious. Which means this will never do anything anyways, so... Yeah, alright, we're just gonna do this. Why is it asking me like that? Oh, what? Oh, see, I knew there was a reason it was red. I just didn't... I've never seen the top half of this card. Okay, well, Metallic Rebuke was never going to do anything. So there's that. Okay, so everything was red because of this. Gotcha. Should read. I should read more. Yeah, we have no way to get this off the board, so it's not like we really went down a card again. We just... Oh, come on. Alright, so I think we get Wand and we just start milling ourselves. Immortal Sun makes my spells cost 1 less. Is there anything about that that is worth it right now? I draw 2 cards a turn. It's kind of like doing this anyways, right? Except I can skip the Emry activation. Can I cast it? Oh, I guess I can. Alright, I mean, yeah, it's a... Okay, whatever. We're doing it. We're all in. Windmill Slam, and we have a 1/3 Ornithopter. Funny thing about this is losing your graveyard might be bad. So, you don't even want that to happen sometimes. Oh. Wait a minute. Okay. Right. We have Emry, so this actually doesn't do much. We can just do it again. Borrowed Time. Again going for Emry, which I think is always wrong. I think it's always wrong to attack Emry. It does slow me down, but if you look at the board state, they're not really that close to even killing me. I don't know, it seems weird to me. I would actually take the Midnight Clock. But, I mean, they are threatened by the Immortal Sun, so I suppose it makes sense to do that, right? They don't want me to get it back next turn, so they stopped me from doing that. So, I don't know, maybe there's something to it. Just the tempo line is usually not the best one. But I can see an argument for my other permanents are not exactly the scariest. So, I'm sure there's something there. Paradox Engine will give me 2 mana over and over. But that's all it will do. I don't think I'm going to do it. Because it untaps the Midnight Clock and the Ornithopter. But I'm not really doing anything with that mana. Alright, I can Disdainful Stroke something that is not an enchantment. And if I don't have to do that, I can actually draw off of this and not just scry. That's pretty cool. There goes Ujin. Rip. Let's see. What are we getting back? The Immortal Sun again? Probably. Okay, that is something I cannot counter. What does it do? Okay. All your creatures give all your creatures 1/1 counters every time. That's fine. Yeah, opponent has a very slow opener here. We've had so much time. Does this? I don't. Yeah, no, this doesn't work with that in play. Yeah, I'm not gonna block that. You can hit me for 2. They usually kill you in 1 massive swing, so the incremental damage is not a big deal. Oh, come on! Come on! Ah! Opponent has this, and all of a sudden we draw all their counterspells. Alright, well, I mean, it is what it is. Are we gonna Immortal Sun, or are we gonna... Probably, right? Because otherwise I Windmill Slam this, and then I can, like... I can get something back, have 2 mana... I think I'm just going to do this because I want to. Opponent has a fair amount of like O-ring effects, which I think is good. Wait, what? Okay. I don't think you want to do this now. I think you want to do this on my end step. I think we're fine if they just get an O-ring. I think we're... Oh, okay. Sure. I cannot deal with that. So I draw Scries, Frogify. No, I don't think Frogifying their commander's where we need to be right now. Cast, at this point, I guess the Wand. And then I can cast this. I'll scry again. Ooh, that's actually decent. Yep, we can mill that over. And then Emry can get it. Oh, I forgot to float a mana. Whoopsie daisies. So we can do this. Blue. I forgot to float the Midnight Clock mana. That was probably very bad. That can go away. Can cast this. Then we can cast Scrabbling Claws for blue, blue, blue. Mill myself first. Scrabbling. Oh my god, I think we did it. Hold on. I'll just double tap Q over and over. Sacrifice this. Eat that. Draw a card. Oh, oh. Do it again. Oh, we did it. We did it. We did it. Witching Well. Alright, so now we just have to find, I did not realize we just had it right there. I did not realize. Oh man, this is great. This is great. I love this. How long does this take? I feel like it's going to take a minute. Oh, I should... Whoops. I should definitely be milling myself with the vertebrae. Wow, that's actually really stupid of me. Hold on. We almost didn't have it, right? I forgot to keep milling myself, and we can't... We don't... Oh, wait. It doesn't... No, it doesn't matter. Because I can keep cracking this and then recasting it. So that actually did not matter. Almost did. But it didn't. Nice, we did it. Alright, so we did not need Forsaken Monument. Also didn't need Mystic Forge. It would have made it a little bit easier, faster maybe, but it didn't need it. Just Emry and Paradox Engine was all I needed, and then some kind of cheap thing to keep doing over and over. But you do also need mana rocks, otherwise this isn't untapping mana sources. And you need to net mana. If you break even, you will eventually draw Mox Amber. And then from there, you are extremely likely to not, like, break even always. Unless Mox Amber is actually the card you are looping over. If this is already the mana rock you're doing. Let's say you had 2 mana rocks. This costs 1 and 1, so it's 2 to loop. And this is one of your mana rocks. And you've already made a land drop. You have no way to net mana. So from there, you have to cast... You have to, like, draw 40 cards or something. Or, I don't know, 65 cards. And then have Thassa's Oracle win the game next turn. Which is not... I mean, we weren't close to dying, I don't think. So, especially when they keep this on top. Costs 5 mana. Exile, who cares at that point? They can even exile this. And so maybe... Thassa's Oracle is better, just for another way to win the game. Yeah, maybe that is better. Forsaken Monument, even in a artifact-centric deck, is actually not great, because I guess Forsaken Monument, yes. Forsaken Monument is more about colorless decks than it is artifact decks, right? Yeah, it doesn't... We don't get any of the +2/+2. We barely have anything that tap for... Anything that taps for colorless. And we don't really care about the life gain. Yeah, alright. And I can add... Oracle. That seems fine. That's fine. So is there anything I can do about my graveyard? Dealing with, like, Mystic Sanctuary, is that just free? Putting something on top? It probably is, right? Like, that's probably a free card. It's just, boop. Who knows? Mission Briefing. With so much mill, I feel like this is fine. We can Mission Briefing, like, Word of Invention. One of these, maybe? We can Mission Briefing this. But then that's, like, essentially a 4-mana draw 3. Which is a concentrate, right? Mission Briefing into the reverse engineer that costs 2. Just basically concentrate. and I don't think I'd play that. Although I do like Harmonize, the green version. What else would we do with that card? We could get Solve the Equation with Mission Briefing and get, from there, War of Invention. Again, just another way to do it. This can get Mission Briefing, to which, if War Invention's in the graveyard, I can do it that way as well. So there's a bit of a cycle between these three cards. War of Invention being, obviously, the most important spell. Maybe Disdainful Stroke isn't that great because you don't want the game to last that long, and if it is lasting that long, you are probably spending all of your mana every turn, and leaving up 2 mana constantly doesn't feel very good. So maybe I'll drop that, put in Mission Briefing. I do like this, scry 1 every time I cast a artifact, or a historic spell is just an artifact usually. I kind of like that. I think I'm going to keep in Frogify still. Compulsive Research. It's a sorcery. It does put stuff to the graveyard though. But I don't know, maybe something like this is just slightly better because I can actually cast it, look for a land early. Probably better than this. Draw 3, discard, yeah. I think this is just slightly better. You see 2 cards instead of 3, but it costs 3 times less. What else affects the graveyard here? No, we don't want a Memory. I don't think we'd ever want to cast Memory. Can you mill yourself with those enchantments? Like Teferi's Tutelage, can that mill you? Or is it just opponent? Or the other one whose name eludes me? No, it's not in this list. There's a bunch of mill cards. I can mill myself. Right, like this. Ruin Crab has to be opponent, I think? Yeah. This can target me, but I think there's more non-blue than blue spells. What about this? This is actually decent. I can mill myself every time I cast a historic spell. That's actually pretty solid. Let's try that. Drop one of these questionable counter spells. I never feel like I... Alright, no, we'll just drop Frogify. I'll man up. Alright, I feel like we made it better. Abazigal? Abazigal? I don't know how to pronounce my opponent's name. Ooh, we have Psy. Nice. I've never cast this card. He is indeed a human artificer, so very likely to hit him with the, whatchamacallit. I like this, and I think we like a land here. Don't think it matters which order. Right, I can play... Yeah, it does, because I'll play this and this in the same turn, and I lose the land. So I guess I gotta put it to the bottom. Yeah, if I was using my brain. Yeah, I did that a little backwards. I'm not gonna go for the Weaponsmith. I'm just gonna... Actually, you know what? Maybe I should have went for the Weaponsmith. Because I had a land on top, and I don't have one in hand. Yeah, that was probably wrong. That was probably wrong. Alright, never punished. So we got this. What's in our graveyard? Yeah, well, I guess we're going to do that. So we'll do this. We'll do this. Wait, does this crack for free? It doesn't. Okay. So. Make a 1/1 Doge. And then I can sacrifice 2 to draw. So he can put stuff in my graveyard to recur. But most of them just put themselves in the graveyard anyways. I'm sorry, what is this? Okay, that's cool. Alright, hey, you know. No reason not to just do this. Hey, land. Alright, so we can... I think I'm actually going to Spellbomb that. I feel like that's what I have to do right now. Alright, I can definitely say for certain Psy is very good. I'm really liking it. No, we're gonna put Terrarion in play instead, I think. Yeah. Just gonna do that. And then send a message. Give him the beats. Sauce him with the 1/1s. Does my opponent not realize what I can do here? Okay. We're gonna just bounce that again. I think that is priority. It's a pretty big deal we get rid of that. It's like the only thing that's like super, super good with their commander. That I can think of, at least. Definitely one of the best cards for them. I think I'm going to run out the Weaponsmith here because our hand's getting a bit clogged. Alright, they gave up. Solve the equation. Okay. Alright. I can bounce their commander, too. They slowly get mana that way over and over. River's Rebuke. Alright. I guess that's good to know about. Yeah, that seems pretty good to know about. So we'll leave with this. This. Land drop is nice. Tap this. Play this. If we're gonna lose our whole board, I might as well just draw a card. And then I can Emry nothing. I don't have any mana left, right? Let me just check. Yeah, I have no mana left, so. Yep, we just swing. You, not you, not you. When River's Rebuke resolves, we'll just put Emry to hand. I could have swung with the Ornithopter, actually. And if our opponent blocked it, we could recast it and then get another Psi token, which is really funny. You pretty much have to River's Rebuke, though, so. And it's not the end of the world for us. Okay. Well, at least I have Tormod's Crypt, so they can't pull that out of the graveyard. They're also not swinging. They also didn't play a land, so that was a pretty calm, tame Time Warp there. Yeah, you pretty much have to do this. Okay, so I think it's safe to let that resolve. I don't think I have to Tormod's Crypt in response. Oh, God. Alright, so we lead with Psi? Probably. Seems right. And we pass. Alright. I do feel like they can interact with their graveyard, so I always want this available. I mean, it's always going to be available because it costs 0 mana. Unless they, like, blow it up or something. What do you create 1 treasure token? Create 1. Okay. So now they need specifically treasure-creating cards. Oh, okay, of course. I can't exile it in response. Oh, now I can. This is not an instant. Nice. Yeah, we can just block that. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Okay. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. Wow, that was not good. Yeesh. Feels bad. I thought about running this in like this kind of deck, but I mean, if you're comboing off, you obviously don't need this to do that. Yeah, they got 2 X spells and a land. That feels real bad. The land is good, though. No, these have to tap to sacrifice, so... Yeah, that was... Yeesh. Opponent was not satisfied with that turn cycle. At least I wouldn't be. Alright, so we can tap this and recur Aether Spellbomb, maybe? No, it doesn't take them off that much mana anymore, because they have so many tokens. I think we're past that point. Actually, not a fan of any card in my hand right now. Alright, that will be good. I've learned this is not necessary, so I'm not scared if our opponent, like, has a way to deal with it, which they might. I want to get the letter, but I also want to make sure their graveyard is turned off. But I do really want to get a Mana Rock in play. But no, I think we'll get a Mana Rock in play when we're ready to go off anyways, so I'm not really sweating it. And Chromatic Sphere is probably the best option anyways. That's actually decent. Yeah, we like that. I think we're going to get that. We're going to get that. We're going to play that right now. We have 1 mana. Tormod's Crypt or one of these? No, we're going to go with a Crypt here. We want this in play. Mill myself. And pass. Giving our opponent a lot of time, but they're giving us a lot of time as well. The only thing we're really scared of is like a crazy Banefire. They haven't necessarily done anything that I'm like super scared of. They can't even swing with their commander, actually. Yeah, they're just passing. Yeah, this is a good spot to be in. Oh, an upkeep stop. Oh, what is this? Oh, nothing. Okay. Lead with this. Mill myself. Cast. Yeah, we'll crack this, I guess, on... Wait, no, we tap it first. Actually, do I... As long as it's your turn, end the turn, exile all spell... What? What? Okay, can I do anything? I can't counter it, because it's not a hard counter. I have no instant speed artifact for Emry. And... Okay, you got me. You got me. It also counters this ability. Everything that's on the stack gets removed when you end the turn like that. Agent of Treachery. I cannot counter that right now. Okay. That probably steals Psy. It should not... Okay, that's weird. Yeah. Alright. Do I need this to win the game? I'm not sure. Maybe? I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out in a second. I feel like Psy was a better target because now you have to find a way to actually kill me because I'm still making a ton of tokens. We're just going to deal with the graveyard now. I don't see a reason to keep that in play or not. It doesn't matter that much. Oh, thank God I didn't play this first because I'm pretty sure they would take this. Yeah, we're going to run that out. That seems pretty solid here, so... I might have to be careful about milling myself, because there is a chance I mill over my River's Rebuke and I can't bounce Emry ever, and I just lose because I can't combo. Okay, so you make 1 trillion treasure tokens, and I cannot stop it. Yep, what does that equipment do? Deals combat, draw... Okay, so it's still not going to hit me. Alright, mill that card. Oh god, we might be here for a while, dude. Might be here for a while. But I think I have outs. If they have counter spells, I guess we're in a... This is a little bit bad news bears. We can blow up Emry. I guess there is that too. That's not impossible. I think I'm going to cast this. Maybe I shouldn't cast this, because again, it's really not doing anything. I don't want to kill Emry until I can immediately cast it. And I don't see a reason to not just do this. And oh no, we milled over. Oh no! Alright, so hopefully our opponent does not answer our graveyard. But I don't see them ever doing that. Stonecoil Serpent. Okay, we can pass. Because as long as Emry's not a threat to them, they probably don't care what we're doing with our graveyard. They're just passing the turn. Ooh, that's good. That's also good. Because if we can keep ticking this away, we're in a good spot. Just keep plussing. Unless they do a counterspell. If you -3 your commander, it doesn't come to your... Phasing out does not give you your stuff back. Really, opponent was done. So they had no counterspell, and they realized they could probably never answer this, so it eventually would happen, like the 2 extra turns. But to the extent of our opponent's knowledge, we can't win without Emry in play. And they've not seen a way for me to get it back. Maybe Agent belongs in our deck. God, I feel like I'm going through puberty every time I, like, talk into a microphone. Trying to think. I feel like that was a really early concession, though. I don't know. I don't know if I would scoop there. Maybe it's not looking good, because it's pretty likely we can get this back. And I will now look up how phase out works. Because if phase out works the way I think it does... do you control... Taking temporary control... Ooh. Permanency correct... Phasing out some... Okay, so you don't keep it? If I phase this out, they get to keep it. I don't get it back. That's what I should have said. Yeah, we had their graveyard locked down, so they weren't ever really going to get any graveyard value. Suppose we're drawing a little bit more cards on average than they are. This is probably completely dead. This is probably going to have to deal with this. Probably plus away this with Teferi. Both Ujins got milled again. Huh. Yeah. Alright, so I guess it was looking good. We also had the other 6-mana mass bounce spell. But yeah, the -3 on Teferi wouldn't have dealt with it. Maybe our opponent didn't realize that and just wanted to scoop. But with Teferi in play, it means we're just going to draw and draw and draw until we find what we need. That was a cool last game. It usually is always the last game that I record that is the craziest one. So if you never watched to the end, well, you wouldn't be watching right now for me to say this, so I should have said it in the start. But yeah, if you usually don't watch to the end, for some reason the last game is always like a crazy boss battle. Win or lose, it's just the most insane thing. But yeah, in comparison to the first iteration before I edited this, I think the bunch of mana rocks is almost necessary. It is kind of unfortunate that you're really banking on Paradox Engine to be in play. But I suppose it is fortunate you have things like Whir of Invention to do that. You can even do it on your opponent's end step, which is a little bit disgusting. We never had that much mana in play ever. Well, maybe we did, because improvise, you know. With Psy, you have infinite improvise mana, because you're just making a ton of Thopters. We never used Psy's ability to draw. We never actually really needed to. We were just doing what we usually did with Emry anyways, which is pretty cool. It also turns some of your opponent's removal spells into just fizzling them, because you just sacrifice it in response. Obviously, Emry is unfortunately not an artifact, but yeah, light on counterspells seemed fine as well. I don't even think I like Metallic Rebuke, honestly. I also don't even like the blue Metallic Rebuke, the one that makes it cost 2 less when your opponent casts a blue spell. I should know the name of it. I've cast it a trillion times. I guess it has been a while since I've, like... Where is it? Oh, you know the card I'm talking about, though. Mystical Spear. Like, I'm not big on this on Commander. Soft counterspells are just not really good in EDH. Unless you have them early. Otherwise, they are usually very dead. Multiplayer games, maybe not so much, because it's quite likely that somebody of your 2 to 3, 2 to 4 opponents is going to be able to get hit by this at any point in the game. But one-on-one, that is not very likely. Like turn 6 onwards, and if you expect to hit that turn, you probably don't want it in your deck. The same goes for Metallic Rebuke, all soft counters. So I think I'm going to shave that. As synergy based as it is, I think we're going to get rid of that and probably add another mana rock, because there's certainly a ton that are not in here, and every time I cast one I'm feeling good. So I think I'm going to put another one in here. No, probably not that one. Just any of the 3 mana rocks that has a... Oh yeah, same with Aetherflux Reservoir. I actually don't think it should be in here. Between Paradox Engine, I guess now Thassa's Oracle, Mystic Forge even, I don't feel like this is how you need to win. So I think I'm gonna drop it. It also, someone can Tails End and counter the trigger, which is kind of funny. Though I wouldn't take that into consideration, but that is a possibility. They can also gain more than 50. Like, people can gain more than 50 life. It's not impossible, especially a format like this. Like the green-white enchantment deck, I think has a way to gain a ton of life. I think anything with white in it really could, or just do something like Teferi's Protection, and or even give yourself hexproof. Like there's ways to stop it for sure. Or just turn off my artifacts, but at that point you lose anyways. Mana rock, mana rock, mana rock. Dragon's Hoard. I don't have any dragons, but it's a 3 mana mana rock. No, I don't want a colorless one. Your devotion to each color is increased by 1. That's hilarious. I think that's one of the last ones I get to put in here. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to do it. Yep. So yeah, Mana Rock seems super integral to the strategy. And it's hard for your opponent to permanently deal with your artifacts. And it's hard for them to permanently deal with Emry. So you get like kind of double dip in there on the resilience, because they kind of help each other exist perpetually, which is funny. Diligent Excavator, I actually like this a lot. What did I not really like other than what I just took out? Immortal Sun is probably good. It's probably worth a spot in here. Yeah, don't have much to say now. Never got to use Ujin, unfortunately, especially in a deck where his minus doesn't just exile your whole board, because a lot of it is colorless. That's pretty cool. Ujin making everything from your hand cost 2 less, or from your graveyard with Emry, which is also pretty cool. And also draws cards, blows stuff up. Very solid. Never got to see it. Obviously, you can't have a Planeswalker in play with an Immortal Sun. A little bit of an anti-synergy going on there, but we never saw it. These are better than I would have imagined. Not good against us, because a lot of our stuff is super cheap. And, bouncing Emry, you just mill 4 and you're off to it again. But I like them in the deck. Yeah, not much else to say, really. I like this deck, actually. I really do. I think we went positive with it, win rate-wise. And I'm sure there's slightly better ways to make it work. But there's not a lot of very good artifacts in Historic right now. You know, you got to give the format more time for more cards to come out. But it is doable. And when you win, it feels good. It's pretty fun to win. We only got to do the whole combo thing once. But yeah, I like it. The deck list will be in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. I know I kind of rambled more than I typically do. But I feel like this deck kind of, like, every hand is different. Like, every game kind of pans out a little different. You probably want a mulligan for one of your early mana rocks and stuff. But whatever. Alright, enough rambling. See you guys next time. Peace.